Hi everybody! I thought I'd share another clean and simple card with you, and I've been playing with this stamp set forever, but I also wanted to share with you how I use Pinterest sometime. So I do have several Pinterest boards. If you want to follow me on Pinterest, my name is Girl Geek 101. Yes. I have several boards. So I have clean eating, I have inspiration, I have summer styles, I have miniatures because I love miniatures, I have gifts, I have journaling, and I have paper gifts. But I wanted to talk to you about how I use my inspiration board. So if I open up my inspiration board, what you'll see is like a hodgepodge of different things, clothing, foods, um, items, and what they are is they're inspiring to me. So I don't actually get inspiration very often from other cards. I get information from other things because it actually inspires me to create what I call fresh art. So when I was flipping through this today, what really attracted me was this image right here. I just love it because it's soft. Not only is it soft, but the colors, the contrast between the yellows and the reds, and kind of like the violets and the greens just really made me happy. So I thought it would be a good color palette to use my new stamp set that I love, which is Too Kind. And as you know, if you know me, you know I love the two-step stamping. So this is the background, the thicker one, with less lines is basically your background, which I usually do in a lighter color. So I'll probably do that in the yellow color. And then the other two, which are more line art type, are going to go on top of those. And I think I'm going to use some shade of red or pink for that because I love the way that looks together. If I really wanted to be fancy, I could actually use markers and do this even, more exciting. But I think just for the sake of time, I'm going to keep it simple to show you how easy it is. And then finally for the stems, I'm going to use the green. So this particular image has at least 6 colors, but I'm just going to use 3. And so I've taken a piece of Whisper White cardstock that I've kind of cut in half the long way at 4 1/4, and then I scored it at 5 1/2 to give me that long card design. And then I'm just laying that card down on my surface, and I'm going to get my stamp ready. So I'm going to start with the stems. This is the D block. Probably could work for everything, so let me go ahead. I'm just going to put it on kind of sideways. So if I had a longer block, it might be smart, but since it fits that way, I do it that way. And I'm going to play with some of our newer colors. So I'm going to use the Pistachio Pudding for my leaves, just because I like to experience my new colors as soon as possible. And I think what I want to do is have more than one flower. So I'm going to start on the left side, kind of high, and close to the left side. And then I'm going to kind of gradiate down with the last 2 leaves. Kind of like that. Just to, have a different impression. I could have definitely done this with just one leaf set. So now let's start playing with the yellow shades, which I've chose to use the Crushed Curry, which is also a new color. I loved Crushed Curry. It's very vibrant yellow. And sometimes when you're using yellow, it's too pale. This one is just the opposite. It's really very powerful. So I'm going to take the background stamp, put that on my same block. So I just took the other stamp off, wiped it with a wipey, and now I'm replacing it with the larger one. And then on the left side, I'm going to put that yellow at the top. And then on the second set, and I put that yellow right there. So you end up with, so I put the bigger of the stamps on the tallest stem. I don't think that's a requirement. That's just what I decided to do. Then I'm going to take the next, you know, kind of like background stamp, and I'm going to do it on the bottom stems. Okay, so you see I got that kind of an effect. And then I'm going to take that off the stamp, and then I'm going to go and get the one that is the outline, and I'm going to use the strawberry slush. So if you want to look at that, it says strawberry slush, which is also a newer color. I love it. I'm going to use the outline, and then I'm going to, I think I just stamped me, put that outline. The contrast, I just love it. You see that? It's really pretty. And then I'm going to take the other outline, which is the smaller one, and each time I'm just replacing the stamp on my D block, but you could definitely use multiple blocks. And I'm going to put that right on the bottom of each of the little ones. And I can't tell you how much I really love that look. I really do. And now I'm going to put a sentiment on using the, oh, what is this? Elegant Eggplant. Okay, which gives me that purple shade. Again, if I had used markers, which I'm telling you I probably will do, I just won't do it on a video because it might take too long. But I would love to do all three colors. I've already put this on my Stamp-A-Majig. This I've chosen A Grateful Heart is the mainspring of happiness, and you can see that I've decided that that fits really nicely above this cluster of flowers. I like that look, don't you? Make sure it's straight. So I'm kind of using my grid paper to help me put it on there straight. And I'm going to put that on in that eggplant. And believe it or not, we have a lovely single layer card. That's just, it's the color palette, I think, is what's really making me happy. Sometimes you can find a color palette that just brings joy to your heart. And I usually find those color palettes on Pinterest. You could do this a multitude of ways. Look on my blog. I did have some other examples of what I've done with this stamp set. But wow, super easy and fast. Now if you wanted to kick it up a notch, right? Some of you notch kicker-uppers, you could definitely put a little bit of two-way glue on this. So I'm just going to take a little bit of two-way glue and just put it in select areas. Just kind of dabbing dots of it. And I noticed that my stamp kind of bled right there, but it's not a bad thing. It's okay. And I'm going to dig out of my drawer a little bit of, I guess you can guess what I'm going to do. I bet you, how many of you guessed that I was going to add Dazzling Diamonds? Well, that's what I'm going to add. Just a little bit of Dazzling Diamonds here. And I'll clean that up later, but that gives me a little bit of a pop there, doesn't it? You know, kind of like makes it sparkle and fun. So I think I would have not added them if I was going to mail it, but since I'm going to hand deliver this, I love the little dazzle. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll give some pictures. I think I'd probably do it over because I had a little bit of a stamp edge. Again, to avoid a stamp edge, just remember not to press too hard and kind of look at your stamp before you use it. If you see that the edges, you know, have a little bit of color, you can wipe it off. It usually comes from pressing too hard on our newer stamp pads, our newer stamp pads. Just press lightly. Happy stamping! Bye-bye.